So continuation of the question, question 17 and 18, the last two questions from this mock exam. The structure question: complete a dot and cross diagram to show the electron arrangement in one molecule of ethanol. So we have ethanol, an organic substance. We have to arrange how the electrons, we have to use a dot and cross diagram. So first thing, what you have to do, you have to identify the groups for each element and identify how many shared and unshared electrons should be there. So hydrogen, remember it's share only one, and the unshared electrons of the hydrogen will be 0. For carbon belongs to group 4, so as it belongs to group 4, it will share 4 and total unshared will be 0. And for oxygen belongs to group 6, so it will share 2 and the total number of unshared electron will be 4. So always start the sharing with the least. If hydrogen share 1, carbon will share 1 from that side. Same thing, if hydrogen share 1, carbon will share 1 from that side. And this hydrogen share 1, carbon will share 1 from that side. So first we try to complete with the one which share the least number and at the connected at the end. So hydrogen is there. So if hydrogen share 1 with this carbon, carbon will also share 1 from that side. So hydrogen sharing is completed. Then which is the next element which share less number, that is oxygen. So if oxygen share 2, so if this oxygen share 2 electrons, the carbon will share 2 electrons from that side. And oxygen unshared will be 4, so we have to draw 4 unshared electrons. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then how many are left for carbon? Like 1, 2, 3. For this carbon, 3 are shared. For the other carbon, 3 are also shared. So how many are left? They are left with only 2. So 2 electrons, like 1 for each. So 2 electrons are there between them. So this is a structure of ethanol. So carbon share total, each carbon share 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, each hydrogen share 1, and each oxygen share 2. And the only element which is having unshared electron here is the oxygen. So when you draw the how the marks are distributed here, yeah, this is always a dot and cross diagram. So that's why you cannot use any other symbol. Like you cannot use a triangle, you cannot use circle. It is always a dot and cross. So either represented by a dot or a cross. The next part, in terms of attractive force between the particles, suggests why ethanol has a low boiling point. So when a substance is having a low boiling point or low melting point, it means it has a weak attraction or weak force of attraction between the molecules. So why it is having a low boiling point? Because it is having a weak attraction between molecules. The next part is related to planning of experiment, which is paper 6 common question, last question. That tartrazine is used in a yellow food coloring. Plan an investigation to find out a yellow sweet contain tartrazine. Explain how your result will tell you that sweet contains the tartrazine and you have access to a common lab apparatus. So for this, for food colors, for amino acids and dyes, what we use a chromatography. So what we'll do, we'll take a chromatogram, we'll use a chromatography, we'll take a chromatogram, draw the origin with pencil, and we'll place 2 samples. One is the yellow sweet and another one is a tartrazine. We'll use a suitable solvent. You can name that solvent, like as I did not mention, it is insoluble in water, so we can use water as a solvent, and we allow the solvent to rise on the chromatogram. If the yellow sweet and the tartrazine, if they rise to a same level, same height, So it means the yellow sweet contain tartrazine. But maybe if they don't rise to a same level, it means that it does not contain tartrazine. So what are the steps we'll follow? We'll remember, because we have a yellow sweet, so we want to have an extract. So first we dissolve the sweet in water, and then we use a dropper or a teat pipette. We'll place use a chromatography using a dropper or a teat pipette. We'll place a sample of a yellow sweet on the origin and the tartrazine. Then we use a water as a solvent and allow the solvent to rise, and compare the height or the distance moved by the two solutes, like two substances. If they rise to a same height or if they have the same RF value, it means that yellow sweet contain tartrazine. If it does not rise to a same level, it means yellow sweet does not contain tartrazine. So this was the experiment related to paper text.